KD, Mr. Trey 5, the Durantula. Okay, if you haven't guessed already, in this episode, we are discussing Kevin Durant. Why, you might ask? Well, let me tell you. It's because he is the biggest free agent this NBA off season. He's an unrestricted free agent. He is a league MVP, a 4-time scoring champ, a 7 or 8-time All-Star, and he has the ability to go to any team he wants this off season. But the question now remains is, where is he going to go? Where is he going to play? Who is he going to play with? How much money is he going to make? Now, for majority of analysts, they think Kevin Durant has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe even 10 options for free agency destinations. Well, let me tell you something. Because I think what everyone else is saying is bullshit. I think Kevin Durant has only 2 options of his free agency. Before I get into those 2 options, let me first tell you what Kevin Durant actually wants. Number 1, Kevin Durant wants to win now. He wants to win now. He's been in the league for 9 seasons. He has so many accolades. He's an amazing player. Arguably one of the top 5 players in the world right now. But what is holding him back? The fact that he has never won an NBA championship. He has only been to the NBA Finals once, and that too he failed to capture the NBA championship. Now with Kevin Durant set to enter the prime of his career, he's desperate. He wants to win a championship to solidify his legacy. Think about it this way. LeBron, nobody took LeBron seriously until he went to Miami and won that first ring. Nobody said that this guy is going to be alongside Michael Jordan until he won a championship. But it's the same thing for Kevin Durant. Nobody's going to take this guy seriously until he wins a championship, which is why one of his biggest concerns regarding which team he goes to this offseason involves where can he go so that he can win right now. He can compete for a championship right now. The second thing Kevin Durant is looking for in his free agency choice is money. Now, obviously, Kevin Durant is one of the, arguably the top 5 player in the world, which means he doesn't want to be on bargains. He wants to earn his money. He wants to get paid the money that he knows he's worth, which means it's going to be a max contract. And with the salary cap rising, he wants to take advantage of the amounts of money that's being thrown around. And he wants to get paid this offseason. So those 2 things are what Kevin Durant is looking for this offseason. The ability to win now and money. So where does he go? NBA analysts are saying, oh, he's going to go to Golden State. He's going to go to San Antonio. He's going to go to Boston. He's going to go to Cleveland. No. I think Kevin Durant has 2 choices. The first choice for Kevin Durant is to go to the Eastern Conference. I've said this on social media before, and I am saying it again right now in this episode. Kevin Durant, if he wants to win now, his best option is to go to the Eastern Conference. Why? Why, you might ask? The Eastern Conference is weak. Kevin Durant will look weak for going to the Eastern Conference. What are you talking about? There's a reason why LeBron James has not left the Eastern Conference. Because it's an easy conference. It's basically a one-way ticket to the NBA Finals. LeBron, the reason why he's been to 6 straight finals and 7 in total is because he's been in the Eastern Conference. Because every year he's on a team, the minimum he went to was the Eastern Conference Finals. So if Kevin Durant stays in the West, there is no guarantee if he will ever make it to the NBA Finals. Because there's great teams in the West, like the Golden State Warriors, San Antonio Spurs, the Clippers, the Rockets might be in the mix. And then there's a young team like the Trailblazers, the Timberwolves. Those teams that come up out of nowhere and surprise everybody. So there's no guarantee. In the East, Kevin Durant knows that he would be arguably the second best player in the conference, which means he is the guy who can directly challenge LeBron James in the East and hopefully get to the Eastern Conference Finals, which will enable him to get to the NBA Finals. So if he's going to the East, what two teams should he go to? Now, this is a big debate with a lot of people. People are saying Miami, people are saying Boston, people are saying Washington. Not anymore, but you get what I mean. I think Kevin Durant has two choices if he's going to the Eastern Conference. The first one being the Boston Celtics. Now, Boston makes the most sense for me, for Kevin Durant. Number one, he's going to a young team that is very talented. For the past 2 years, Boston hasn't made it to the playoffs. Nobody expected Boston to even come close to the playoffs. They were officially labeled as a rebuilding team, and somehow they were able to make it to the playoffs for the past 2 years and put up great fights in the first round. They have a talented squad with Isaiah Thomas, Avery Bradley, Jay Crowder. These guys are young. These guys are talented. And by adding Kevin Durant, you not only add to that talent, you improve it as well. You put it light years ahead of what is now. Which means by joining Boston, Kevin Durant now has an all-around squad that he can use to challenge LeBron James. What more could you want? The second reason why Boston seems like a good option is they have money. They have the money Kevin Durant wants. Boston has done an amazing job. I'm honestly praising Danny Ainge right now for the job he's done. He not only was able to get rid of the huge contracts of Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen. He was able to get young assets on cheap contracts, signed for long-term deals, along with many draft picks. Like Isaiah Thomas, I think he's only signed for only $12, $15 million. Same thing with Avery Bradley. Same thing with Jay Crowder. Those are affordable deals considering what the cap is like now. That is an affordable deal. And along with that, Boston has a bunch of young players on rookie contracts at this point. So this basically gives Boston that ability to have loads of money to give to a player like Kevin Durant. And by getting a player like Kevin Durant, you still have room to sign another free agent like Al Horford. And there you go. You have a legit contender right there. All because Danny Ainge was smart, he managed his assets well, and he locked up his main guys for the foreseeable future. Which was brilliant thinking by Danny Ainge on his part. And now he has the ability to not only sign Kevin Durant, but recently, at the time of this video, he also got Al Horford. So Boston seems like a viable option. Kevin Durant is not only getting the talented team he wants, he also is getting the ability to compete for a championship. And he's getting all the money he wants by going to Boston. The second team that I think Kevin Durant should go to, if he chooses to go to the East, are the Toronto Raptors. Now, before all of you haters start booing me in the comments and start getting your pitchforks and knives ready, hear me out. Just relax. Grab a drink. Just hear me out. Now, Toronto is one of those teams where they just need one or two more pieces to become a contender, a legit contender. Kevin Durant could be that piece that Toronto's been looking for. Let's not forget, Toronto has a talented team. They have two bona fide superstars in Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. Along with that, they have a talented team with a solid bench production, and even up-and-coming players. Toronto is in one of the best positions to challenge Cleveland at this point. And by adding Kevin Durant, you become that much more versatile because you can play Durant at the 4 or at the 3. You can have lineups that have Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, DeMar Carroll, Kevin Durant, and Jonas Valanciunas. That is one of the best offense-defense lineups that I have seen. That is an amazing lineup, and by adding Kevin Durant, Toronto can have so many options. They can be so much more versatile. And they now have a team that can challenge LeBron James. Number 2, let's not forget, Toronto made it to the Eastern Conference Finals this year. And by getting Kevin Durant, who's to not say they can do it again? Toronto can do this again. They can make it to the Eastern Conference Finals again. And they were 2 wins away this year from beating LeBron James. They can beat LeBron because now they have a third scorer in Kevin Durant. So if you stop Kyle Lowry, if you stop DeMar DeRozan, if you stop Jonas Valanciunas, you have Kevin Durant, one of the best scorers in the league right now. Which means Cleveland will have a hard time of guarding all these guys because all these guys can get hot and dominate a game on any given night. So this is why I say Toronto is a viable option. Not only is Kevin Durant coming into a win-now situation, but he's joining a team that is on the rise right now. This team is on the rise. Toronto is up there. They were a top 5 team this year. With Kevin Durant, I think they can be a top 3 team in the league. Now, although I feel that Toronto is the most unlikely of these two, Toronto or Boston would be 2 great options for Kevin Durant, which is why I say Kevin Durant should come to the Eastern Conference. It's such an easier conference for him to get to the NBA Finals, which is where he wants to go. He's getting exactly what he wants by playing in the East. Getting his money, he's getting his win now. What more does he want? Now, in the beginning of this video, I did say Kevin Durant has 2 options. And I'm staying by my word. He does have 2 options. Now, the first option was going to the East. His second option, in my opinion, is to stay with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, a lot of you are going to be questioning this. But let's not forget, the 2015-16 Oklahoma City Thunder squad were up 3 games to 1 in the Western Conference Finals. You know what? Even before that, they beat the San Antonio Spurs in 6 games. 6 games. And they were up 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals against the 73-9. Yes, I'm repeating that again. 73-9 Golden State Warriors team, led by MVP Stephen Curry. Now, I don't know about you, but I think Kevin Durant has unfinished business. I think this Oklahoma City Thunder team could have beaten this Golden State Warrior team. I think they could have made it to the NBA Finals. Now, I'm not going to get into the specifics as to why they didn't win, Draymond, but that's besides the point. This team is one of the best teams Kevin Durant could have been on. He has another top 5 player in the world in Russell Westbrook as his running mate. He recently acquired Victor Oladipo. He has the up-and-coming big man duo of Enes Kanter and Steven Adams. What more can you want? This team is built to be ready to compete for a championship. Maybe it didn't work out this year, but I think if Kevin Durant wants to win now, he could really consider staying in Oklahoma City. This gives him his best possibility to win. I don't care about the Golden State Warriors. I don't care what all the other analysts are saying. The Golden State Warriors, if Kevin Durant goes there, he's going to be next to Stephen Curry, who arguably, in my opinion, is below Russell Westbrook in talent. If Kevin Durant goes to San Antonio Spurs, well, the Spurs, how are they going to do this? You have Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, LaMarcus Aldridge. Who are you going to get give the ball to? Who is going to be your guy? I don't know. Nothing in the Western Conference can replicate what Kevin Durant has in Oklahoma City. He has one of the best fan bases in the NBA. He has one of the best players in the world right now. He has a solid team. And I think Kevin Durant has some unfinished business. And if he was smart, he would stay in Oklahoma City. The second reason I think Kevin Durant should stay in Oklahoma City is because of the money. He is getting the money he wants. Oklahoma City owns his bird rights, so they can offer him that 5th year, and they can offer him more money. And if Kevin Durant plays this smart, he can sign for a 2-year deal on a max level contract with an opt-out after 1 year. So if it doesn't work out, if let's say Oklahoma City gets knocked out in the second round of the playoffs instead of the third, Kevin Durant can do this all over again, and he can decide to leave Oklahoma City then. But why waste this opportunity? You have a talented squad. You were a game away from the NBA Finals. What more do you want? I think Kevin Durant should give it one more try before calling it quits on Oklahoma City. But either way, both of these options for Kevin Durant are his best options. I don't care what anybody else says. I don't care at all. Because these are the right options, what I'm telling you right now. Analysts may be saying other teams, but they want news. Like, they want to create buzz. That's their whole goal. But if you're thinking about it from a player perspective, Kevin Durant's perspective, he has 2 options to choose from, and that is going to the East, either Toronto or Boston specifically, or stay in Oklahoma City. Those are his 2 options, in my opinion. And I think Kevin Durant will do either one of these 2. Anyways, I would love to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section. Where do you think Kevin Durant will go? Do you think Kevin Durant is going to stay in Oklahoma City? Do you think he's going to go to Boston? Do you think he's going to go to any of the other teams that he's looking at? Let me know in the comment section down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Leave this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to this channel for more content like this. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode of NBA Talk.